Now, company builders are, as we know from a few years ago, very, very difficult to do. At Finleap, you managed to bring a consistent number of high-quality startups. Can you tell us a little bit about how Finleap works, what type of entrepreneurs and ideas you're looking for, and then we're going to talk about Clark.
Thanks for the invitation. So Finleap is truly a company builder focused on financial services. What we do is the full value chain of generating the idea, hiring the founding team, developing the technology, bring the product to the market, and then help them scale and grow the business. We have built 13 different ventures in the past 3 years. We employ more than 500 people in the full portfolio. We've raised 120 million for the whole portfolio. We have not only beautiful front-end businesses with low fin and low tech, we're really building complex platforms. So with Solaris Bank, for example, we have our own fully licensed bank. With Element, we have a digital insurer. With Elenva, we have an asset manager, fully licensed. We have category leaders like FinReach, which is a software as a service model that serves more than 500 banks throughout Europe. And we have consumer-facing apps like Clark that have a unique technology and really scaling and solving a consumer problem. So what we're looking for are people that are entrepreneurial, independent from which industry they come, real industry experts. So we have people with 10, 15, or even 20 years of experience in bank boards or insurance companies, and the coolest CTO we can find worldwide. So alone in those 500 people we currently employ, we have 36 nationalities. So we're
how many people work at Finleap?
Finleap is pretty small, 70 people. Most of the guys on Finleap level are recruiting because we employ 30 to 40 people every year.
You start with the idea and then you find the people.
And then we find the people. And most of the time, some Finleap people, very senior guys, build the product and use all the learnings and best practices we had beforehand when we built those 13 ventures.
And who does the technology?
We employ, the first person that comes in is a CTO for that new venture, right? And this is the guy who builds...
So you start with the technical people because you bring the business side.
And we have the business side, but we have as well senior tech people that stand by and can help with everything that's really challenging, like AI or other stuff.
So how did you find Christopher?
So Christopher was one very few that more or less was brought to us. And it took a couple of meetings until we decided to build Clark, and I think it took like 74 days before the first customer was live in the app. And that we decided to build something like Clark was pretty obvious, because I mean it's a huge market. Looking at insurance, 190 billion premium volume, that's 5 times e-commerce. When you look at the percentage of insurances that are bought online, it's below 5%, so it's completely offline. It has nothing to do with customer centricity. Those online brokers and tied agents try to sell you a product, and that's why this industry has by far the lowest customer satisfaction rate. Lower than a third of all people, especially consumers, are satisfied with their experience by buying an insurance product.
Because there's no advice, which you traditionally get by the broker, but in the online world, the Check 24s,
right,
you just compare price.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
so Christopher, when did you start Clark?
That was back in 2015. We thought about where's a great opportunity to get started, and we realized the insurance market is massive, it's offline, and customers are not happy. So there's no better situation for a startup to do something new and to create something very big.
And what's your business model?
So from a consumer standpoint, we are the go-to platform for all insurance matters. Imagine a place where you as customer can basically handle everything that is of relevance to your insurance situation. You can manage and improve existing contracts, you can buy new contracts, you can chat with an expert at any time, you can get assistance filing claims. All of that is doable in the app. And from a regulatory standpoint, we are
claim processing?
Yes, of course.
So, but you need to get the allowance or an API to the insurance company? Or?
Yes, we're connected to 160 insurance carriers out there. And that's because
is that an entry barrier for somebody else? Was it tough to sign those insurance companies on because they could see you also as a threat of disintermediating between them and the customer?
I mean, the broker model, actually I researched, and the first broker came out 500 years ago, so the model is established in the industry. And in the end, there are tons of offline brokers already working in the same model, but with zero digitization. And we do have exactly the same business model. We earn the same commissions, and we have the same duties as any offline broker. The only difference is that we do everything online. It's a little bit like...
But an offline broker has maybe 4 or 5 insurances they work with, and you work with 170, you say?
Yes, and that's the problem. I mean, imagine you're this offline broker, and you have in Germany 550 carriers that you need to choose from. Each of the 550 carriers has hundreds of contracts. There is no way, even if you, in the best interest of the customer, want to find the right contract, there's no way that you find it. So you limit your choice to 4, but that's simply not enough. Because
and
not every...
the insurance companies don't have a problem that you have all their competitors on the platform as well?
No, that's how the broker model works.
There's no exclusivity required or asked for?
No, we're absolutely independent and completely on the customer side.
Okay, so Knip, I live in Switzerland, so Knip was a company which was very public and very visible. And there was a lot of noise in the market because people were upset that they installed the app and they indirectly fired the insurance broker, and there was a lot of small prints they weren't happy about. And eventually, I think Knip and GetSafe didn't make it. Maybe to Caro, what's your view on those players?
I mean, I think the big difference between Clark and those players who started actually a lot before them was that Clark built technology first. So they put the product and solving the customer problem first, and then by that we're able to scale that business. And when we look at the KPIs of Clark currently, I mean, it's incredible how good the product now converts. So really people looking for that solution in the market, and the customer acquisition costs are by far lower than every other fintech I've seen in the market so far. So, and it's not only the conversion rate and the customer acquisition costs that are lower than all the others, it's as well the revenue that picked up because the product is really good and the advice is good.
Revenues?
I mean, what we can say is that when you compare customer acquisition cost and the customer lifetime value, the customer lifetime value is at least 4 times higher than the customer acquisition cost. This is user economics that you typically won't find with any other fintech or insurtech in Europe.
Okay. Check24 is like the big player in the insurance space, because at the moment you operate in Germany.
Yes.
Why wouldn't the Check24 expand their technology and offer their customers a solution like you have, because they already sold them the insurance, and then to maintain the contracts in an app would make sense, no?
So, I mean, price comparison in general is what I call version 1.0 of digital insurance, and it's simply not enough. People stop thinking after the sale was done, but imagine you buy insurance today and tomorrow your life situation changes. You get married, you have kids, you move town, life changes super rapidly, and your contract is not adjusting. And we focus on the ongoing management of the contracts, and that's something no one else is doing. And for that, we have developed thousands of algorithms that understand the life situation of the customer and then made tailored insurance recommendations and insurance approval recommendations based on existing contracts. And that's a system that no one else has built so far.
Well, I wish both of you the best of luck, and thank you for this great talk. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Danke dir, Marco.